Hello everyone, Alex here. A couple of weeks ago I bought a bicycle trainer, Jet Black Victory, which is absolutely fantastic by the way. And ever since I was testing the three of the most popular cycling training applications, which are Zwift, Rouvy and MyWhoosh. And while each of them has its own pros and cons, in today's video we'll try to find out which one of them is the best fit for your needs. Alright, so let's start with the Zwift. First, let's connect our trainer. We go to connection menu, and in case of Jet Black Victory, we need to connect only one source, which is called here Victory 180. Even my heart rate monitor is connected via my trainer. The only thing I need to connect separated is Zwift Click, which is done with one single press of a button. Let's go back to the menu and see what we have here. So, as usually, we can see a lot of challenges here, group rides. You can immediately see that there are a lot of participants in these rides, like 16, 60, 40. Looks like a lot of people are using Zwift. It's probably one of the most popular at the moment, and usually if you go and check out the events, there will be quite a lot of people of different levels right in there. On top you also see dedicated menu for events, where you can choose something for you, then different routes which are currently available. As you see, only 3 locations available at a time for free ride. And I think they do some sort of rotation, depends on the day of the week, to keep people concentrated in specific areas. And you also see that we have some workouts here. These are my custom workouts that I created for myself. And also, as always, there are tons of pre-made workouts, different training plans. So let's see, how do we create our own workout here. You have a small tutorial in the beginning which tells you like what to do, and it's actually pretty simple. For example, here we add in a warm-up session, we enter the starting power, the end power and the duration. It's super simple. Everything is done via these small visual blocks. Then you can add some specific zone of yours. You can customize the power if needed for your special need. For example, here I set like 130 watts, and I'll set a duration of 90 minutes. Let's say I want to do a long training for like half an hour, for hour and a half. And here I'm adding a cooldown zone again from 130 to 60 watts for 10 minutes. And yeah, you add a description, you save it, and you're ready to go. So it's as simple as that. I found that the interface for creation of custom workouts here is like super nice, super user-friendly, very easy to do your training. You can also add intervals. There is a special button for intervals, which allows you to add a work zone and then a cooldown zone. You add a number of intervals, so it's super useful. And you can immediately start the ride. So let's see how it looks. Again, here you can choose different zones. Here you will have a lot more zones to choose from. Not only 3 that were available for a free ride. Yeah, let's pick Innsbruck. And yeah, I've never seen it before, so I'll just pick the random one. Let's go, let's see how it works. Alright, so we're ready to race. In Zwift we have a 3D world, which is a little bit cartoonish and looks like a popular game Fortnite. Your training starts as soon as you start pedaling, and on top you can see all the information about your current training. You can see the power, the heart rate, cadence, distance, climb, speed, like everything is on top is customizable. You can remove something, you can add some extra. On the left, you can see your current workout plan with your current section and all the rest of the training. You can also see the map on the right with your current location, with the track profile, and also you have a list of other Zwifters that are currently nearby in this world. Next, we have Rouvy. So you can definitely see that the menu is completely different, but we also have a lot of information about your weekly goals, like your favorite section which you can customize, some pre-selected routes, challenges. Then you have a lot of official events, but you can immediately notice that the number of participants is quite low. We can see 2, 4, 3, 5, so it's not nearly close to what we saw in Zwift, where there were like 30, 50 participants. Next, we have different workout plans, training plans, a lot of pre-made workouts and training plans for you to choose from. And you can also create your own, but a little bit later on this one. Let's first see how do we connect our trainer. And again, in my case, it's super easy. I just select one source, which is Victory here. And I additionally connect Zwift Click. So basically, it's absolutely the same as in Zwift. Okay, so everything is connected. All right, let's see how other parts of the menu looks like. We have a dedicated menu section for challenges, where we have our weekly goals. And the next one probably is the most interesting one, is the routes. And here in Rouvy, there are literally hundreds of routes. And what differs them from the others is that these routes are real. These are video of real world routes with the real elevation and race profile. But we'll see it in a minute. Also, we have an events section, and again, you see that there are not so many people taking part in the events. And again, a lot of different pre-made workouts. You have your collection. We also have a custom workout section here, but unfortunately you cannot customize it or edit in any way inside the trainer. You can only change the FTP and it will increase or lower the level of your training, but you cannot edit anything besides that. You can only edit it on the website for some reason, and it is like super strange and probably the main difference in terms of working with your custom workouts. So let's see what routes do we have here. And again, you can filter them by popularity, by distance, by elevation. There are tons of official Ironman routes, which is super interesting if you're planning on taking part in the race. You can immediately see that the visual is the real scene, the video recording of the route. That is a real road with your 3D avatar on it, and a little bit of other 3D object that is placed on the route itself. So you can see the same information that we had in Zwift, but it's a little bit differently placed. Personally, I like this design much better. And the last one on the list is MyWhoosh. Let's see how it looks like. So first we need to select our profile and select if we're gonna ride or run it. Again, we need to connect our trainer. And again, it's super simple, the same process as in 2 previous trainers. The only difference is that if you're using virtual shifting with Zwift Click, you will need additional software to connect it. So as you can see, everything is connected and we can start exploring the application further. Immediately you can see that the menu here is a lot more organic to my liking. It's not overwhelming you with the information. Everything is put into subcategories. But again, if you'll try to check the events, here in My Whoosh, they will be almost completely empty. As you can see, 0 people are registered for the event, the same here. So maybe it really depends on the time of the day and week, but these 3 events are completely empty. There is also a section for freeride where you can choose different routes, and at the time I think they only allow like 4 different regions to ride, and they rotate them based on the day of the week, as well as they do it in Zwift. There is also a dedicated menu section called My Bunch, where you can choose a dedicated group ride depending on your watt per kilo outage, and basically you ride in a group of other players. Then we have a set of training plans, which again is a lot more organic and not overwhelming with a quantity of different options to choose from. And again, we have a workout menu. So here I have already created a couple of trainings. This is the same Easy Spin that I created in Zwift, and it looks pretty similar. So even the constructor and the menu of the workouts is very similar to what we had in Zwift. And I personally think that that's the best way to create your training. It's super easy, it's very informative, and yeah, it just works. It does its job. So here again, I entered the warm-up levels. I entered the main training section, but one weird thing is that when you want to edit the duration, it switches to seconds, and it's super annoying. I don't know why it does that. So it switches from minutes and seconds to just seconds. And when you work with durations like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, it becomes super annoying. So again, we can see that here in My Whoosh we have a 3D world. The graphics looks almost similar to what we had in Zwift. In terms of information, it looks pretty damn similar to Zwift. Again, on top we have power, your cadence, heart rate, the section duration, and your speed, distance, everything like that. On the left we have information about your current training program, and we have a map with the route profile and with the gradient and with your current working zone as well. And everything looks pretty similar to Zwift to me. Alright, so now let's talk about how do we choose the correct training program for you. First, let's talk about the prices. Zwift and Rouvy both cost around 20 euros per month, where My Whoosh is completely free. The second main thing is I would call events and competitions. So if you really like to take part in the events, competitions, to race with others, you definitely need to go with a Zwift, because that's where the most of the people are participating in the events. As we saw, since in Rouvy and My Whoosh the events are almost completely empty. Then we have training plans and workouts. So even if Zwift and Rouvy both have enormous amount of training plans and workouts, I personally think that it's always better to create your custom workouts and your custom training plans rather than to follow this random pre-made training plans, even though it is claimed that they are made by professional trainers. They cannot always fit your capabilities or your needs. In terms of graphics, Zwift and MyWhoosh are somewhat similar, whether Zwift has still a little bit better graphics. But for me personally, when I train, I don't really look at the graphics that much. I usually listen to audiobook or podcast, or I watch a movie, and the only thing I need from the training application is basically my training data, the information about my workout. Rouvy, on the other hand, really stands out in terms of visual, since it has a real video of real life tracks. And if you really like to kind of feel that you're exploring new places, probably the Rouvy will be your thing. But again, I personally rode a couple of tracks, and after that I was kind of bored, because that was enough for me, since again, as I said, I would prefer to listen to audiobook or to watch a movie while I ride, especially when I'm doing some long rides, like hour and a half, 2 hours, hour and a half. Looking at the filmed scenery for 2 hours straight for me would be super boring. The real big benefit that I see is that you can race on a real life competition track and see how you perform there. So let's wrap it up. If you are into competition, events, into riding in a pack of other riders, you definitely need to go with the Zwift. If you like to watch the real film scenery, to ride the real-life event tracks, you should go with the Rouvy. And if you don't care about neither of these, you can go with MyWhoosh. And that's the simulator that I'm currently using, and I'm super happy with it. So I hope that this video will help you to choose the right simulator for you. And if you enjoyed watching it, don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section below. See you next time!